Okay, then here we go. Wherever you are, whatever time of day or night it might be, it is time to settle, not into back of your sofa, but right onto the front edge of your seat. The lights are on the safety car. In a second, it will peel in, and we will have 24 hours in here at Le Mans. The cars come out at the final corner from Montagny, showing his nose as they rush up into the Dunlop curve for the first time. Benoit Chaluier in the Audi that leads the race, running very wide and very deep into the Dunlop curve, and as a result he's got Timo Bernhard, last year's winner, hot on his heels, but Audi are first, second and third. Last year Peugeot dominated in qualifying, and the job of the Audi first, second and fourth, one of the Peugeots, that must be Montagny, who's got in between them. The job of the Oreca car was to split the Peugeots in front from the Audis behind and to try and join a different safety car queue. That worked after an early safety car in last year's race. The Peugeots ended up with a 2-minute advantage. So car number 9 has shuffled back down the order. We've already got a caller in the pit lane. One of the GT AM class Ferraris has come down, but already in the first few meters battle has been joined between Audi and Peugeot, and from now on for 24 hours there will be no respite. We hear from both teams they are contemplating doing at least 4 and possibly even 5 stints with tyres and drivers on, because they take so long now in the pits, refueling at less than a standard road pump speed. So the drivers are going to spend a long time in these cars, and if they make a lock-up now, Liz, on the first lap or the first couple of laps, they pick up a vibration, it's going to be a horrendous 3 or 4 hours.
It is definitely going to be a disaster now. In years past, this wasn't such a big deal because they could do incredibly fast pit stops, 30-second fueling. But now with the long fueling, less crew on the car, tires take a long time. It's definitely going to be something they've got to bear in mind. We've got a real fight going on between the Audi and the Peugeot already.
That was McNish getting alongside Montagny. Montagny made a mistake coming out of the second chicane, got a bit sideways, and McNish jumped on him straight away, but can't quite get past.
We've seen this all the time at the start of these races with Alan McNish especially, is right in the mix on the first laps of Le Mans. That just shows his confidence in his driving ability, and I think he does it to try and show them, look, we're in it for the fight, guys. This is not going to be an easy race.
Alan's now got Stefan Bourdais, Le Mans hero, all over his back. Then Alexander Wirtz, so there's 2 Peugeots behind them, really trying to jump on them, and Jeroen Bleekemolen in the number 12 Rebellion car up to 7th ahead of the other Peugeot, Lapierre.
Well, he's jumped the Pescarolo, the Oreca Peugeot. So that's a very good start, that Rebellion with its Toyota engine. There it is, the orange, as it looks like orange, the gold and red car. That is leading the next battle. So that Oreca Peugeot, which is a diesel engine 908, is now in the thick of the battle with the petrol cars, and that's not something we expected from their qualifying pace. Well, McNish there with the yellow strips on the top of the car. The Audis have black, red and gold, the German colours on their 3 cars. McNish in 3rd place. This is Peugeot number 7. This is a great view from Alexander Wirtz. Shares the car, of course, with Ann Davidson. Ant's doing the run across the track. They have started doing a sort of ceremonial version of the Le Mans style start, where the drivers ran to their cars and then started. It's not the starting driver. There's Hugues de Schoenack, who runs the team, but at the moment Audi's 1, 2 and 4, and the lead pair starting to stretch away from the best of the Peugeots.
Yeah, Benoit Chaluier has got a really good run at the start, though. He's managed to put that space over his teammate Timo Bernhard, last year's winner. Remember, Bernhard's driving a car that was crashed heavily on Wednesday night when the car spun in front of his teammate Romain Dumas. They've had a lot of work to do. We've got another pass here.
Yeah, that's the Oreca Peugeot getting back up into 7th position. He goes by Jeroen Bleekemolen in the first of 2 Rebellion Lola Coupes with their Toyota factory-built engines. They are from Toyota in Cologne, the ex-Formula 1 works. They're not related to a Toyota F1 engine. But now that is the lead petrol car, the number 12. Right behind, you saw the blue, white and green of Pescarolo team. But you're right, Mark, the number 2 Audi is off and running. Now, what they will have done is they will have set a pace for each of the cars to go, and it's down to us now as the race transpires to try and figure out if one of the Audis has been given free leash to go absolutely hell for leather and try and break any Peugeot battle, because neither team, I don't think, actually believes there is anything between these cars. They're in different colours, but apart from that, I think they think the performance balance is pretty even.
I think also what we're going to see in a little bit is how long they can actually go on the fuel. That is going to be the next biggest step to this race, and especially with the fuel stops taking such a long time, it could be complete disaster for one team or the other if one of them can make it for one more lap. That's really going to be important.
Now, Peugeot tell us they believe they can go 12 laps. Audi can say they can do 11.9 laps.
They believe they can, yeah. That's the big thing is, and will they take the risk if they only believe they can and they're not sure? No team's going to be crazy enough to take the risk at Le Mans of running out of fuel.
We've seen it before. Frank Miller.
He's in the German booth next door. I was not going to mention that, but you put your foot right in it. Pedro Lamy watching there. He qualified that Peugeot, yeah.
P2, so you know what's going on. Frank Mayo for Oreca is now joined by Alex Premat, also for Oreca, those Nissan engine cars, and Johnny Kane, who started from the front row. He's been pushed back down to fourth in the Straka. In the GT battle, Jimmy Bruni has gone ahead of Augusta Farfus' BMW, so has Ollie Gavin.
Yep.
So we've got Ferrari, Chevrolet and BMW. BMW having started on pole.
Don't forget Andy Priaulx started on pole. He's down to fifth in the GT battle. If you want to follow it yourself, then you can go to lemans.org. Le Mans is all one word, lemans.org, and you can open on your laptop or on your PC live timing and scoring. You can see everything that we're getting here in the booth, only clearer, because it won't be on a nasty little monitor.
Yeah, of course, Priaulx, maybe the car not quite right yet. Massive shunt on Thursday. Hadn't had any running until this morning after that shunt.
I think the car is perfectly fine. They're absolutely happy with the car. There was nothing there that worried them at all in terms of damage that needed replacing. The car is fine, but don't forget Andy Priaulx got caught out early in the race last year. He's not going to allow the same thing to happen again. If you drop 3 or 4 positions but don't take any risks in the opening 5 minutes, that's fine. Got 23 hours, 55 minutes to get those places back. And again, fuel, how you use it, how the safety car handles you, how the weather works, how the tyre works, is going to have a massive effect on a GT battle that's going to be at least as close as this front-running battle, and they don't know which way any of those are going to work for them.
I think a lot of what caught them out last year was just actually a genuine lack of experience with the level of closing speed and having these very, very fast prototypes on